Hey guys, this is Brad Lincoln from Pathway to Oz, and today I've got a pretty exciting video for all of you, and we're going to be discussing the aged care programs, the different varieties of courses, where they're available, and roughly some prices so you can get your head around them. Now, there is a lot of variety between these courses in terms of where they're being delivered, how much they cost, and actually the durations of the programs vary dramatically as well depending on the providers. But if you have been paying attention, the Australian government has got some really huge initiatives to encourage more people to come and work in the aged care sector within Australia. There's some new pathways to being able to be sponsored and permanent residency and things like that. Now, Nick has just done a video about this, so I'll put a link below so you guys can really get a strong understanding of the benefits of coming out to study aged care in Australia and just all these different options that now exist for people who are willing to work in that industry. So guys, let's get right into it and start by talking about some of these courses. Okay, so first up we have the Certificate 3 in Individual Support Aged Care Specialization. Now, this is the core certificate you need to be able to get your foot in the door into this industry and start working on those sort of different migration pathways that may exist for you once you're finished your program. Now, the Cert 3 is covering just all the basics. You know what I mean? Working with the elderly, safety in the workplace, different programs and initiatives to sort of keep them as happy and well-minded as you possibly can within these elderly aged care sort of centres and facilities. Now, this course generally runs from anywhere from about 6 months to 1 year, depending on the provider. It is available Australia-wide, okay? So you can do this course just about anywhere in Australia, and it's pretty affordable. It starts anywhere from around $5,000 to $8,000, depending on the location and the provider that you're selecting. Now, next up, we have the Certificate 4 in Individual Support, Aged Care and Disability Specialization. Now, this course is going to build a lot more on those fundamental skills, of course, you got in the Cert 3, but they're really going to focus in on learning of how you can best work with people who have got chronic disease. There's sort of different components on working with people who have dementia. Obviously, that could be a very challenging atmosphere, and you need to be trained in a very particular way on working with people with these conditions. And not just that, but sort of further assisting people who may be at their final stages of life. It sounds bad to say, but look, it is aged care. This is what you're going to be dealing with, and working with them, and not only them, but their families on those final stages. So really sort of improving on those skills of working with people directly, as opposed to just being sort of a basic team member. So guys, like the previous course, this is available just about everywhere in Australia, so you can pretty much study anywhere your heart desires. The duration of this one is, again, around 6 months to 1 year, and the price does increase with some providers on this. Other providers are actually quite cheaper because they class it as just a Certificate 3 to Certificate 4 upgrade. Okay, so those type of programs can be a lot more affordable, but they can range anywhere from around $5,000 to $10,000 per year. Okay, next up we have the Diploma of Community Services. Okay, now this one is definitely for someone who has built a passion for working within this industry, okay? And it's gonna put more of a focus on the management side of things, okay? So managing the team, managing the hospitality staff, which people forget is actually a very big part of the aged care sector. They have whole huge commercial kitchens, they need special menus, they need all kinds of things, different dietary requirements for individual patients, okay? So managing all these different sectors and making sure they're all working together to create the best atmosphere and best facility possible for the patients under their care is an extremely important role. Okay, so the Diploma of Community Service is really going to help you develop skills within those areas, and it's going to sort of take you more away from that hands-on dealing with the patients, more into that managerial type role. So if that's where you sort of see yourself going, the Diploma of Community Service is a great option to stick within this sector. Now, this course, again, available Australia-wide, can range anywhere from 1 to 2 years in duration and starts anywhere from $8,000 to $19,000 for the full program, okay? And finally, guys, this is going to be the premier program within the aged care sector and is in just such high demand. It's absolutely insane. The Diploma of Nursing, okay? It's a no-brainer, it makes sense. The Cert 3 and the Cert 4, you are essentially assistants to the nurses, okay? And not to say anything bad about the Cert 3, Cert 4, everyone needs to do their part, but the nursing is like one of the most important roles within the facility, okay? Now, the government has put a very particular initiative forward that they want to have nursing staff in centres 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, okay? Because at the moment, nurses might only be in there for the 9 to 5, or they might sort of have a split shift situation going. And there might not always be a nurse on call like there is other staff members. So it's the amount of demand that's going to be in place for nurses to go into these aged care facilities, and holding that diploma level qualification is going to put you front and center to be able to get these roles. Okay, now, like everything, nursing is always a little bit more expensive, but this course is available, again, Australia-wide. The course ranges anywhere for the diploma around 1.5 to 2 years in duration, and starts from around $24,000 per year. Okay guys, so again, as I said, if you are thinking about studying aged care or looking to explore different options within this sector, never hesitate to give the team at Pathway to Oz a call or an email anytime. But this is a huge opportunity for anyone looking to sort of generate a pathway to being able to stay in Australia long term. The government's focused on it, it's in demand, and there is people screaming for these qualifications. So as always, never hesitate to contact the team at Pathway to Oz. Thanks.